Morning show on K101. Time for our monthly check-in with the High Plains Technology Center.
I really look forward to this. It's the official name of the big program is Tech Bites with Barkley. What's on the menu, Mr. Holt? Of course, Mr. Holt is rarely here. He's off doing superintendent duties, I guess. But in our studio this morning, we're obviously pleased as punch. He made it. Taylor Burnett, Assistant Superintendent, Business and Industry Services. What's under that umbrella? Business.
Too many things. Yeah, business.
You're a young man and well organized.
Oh, I love being called young. More than anything, we were talking about that 70-degree weather I'm ready for, so that tells me I'm not that young. But no, anything that encompasses any businesses out there that need any training, any adults wanting to further their skills to enhance their career. If you want to learn a trade, to be able to go into a different trade, anything that would be anything adult related, in essence, that's what falls under my umbrella.
This was kind of in the back of my mind that at some point, I guess we can get it out of the way. If someone's out there and looking for a career change, a new career, how do they go about that? Do they go online there with the website? Do they come out and set up an appointment, come see you or see someone? How do they do that?
The answer is yes to all that. No, no.
I'm real bad about asking questions and then answering them. So
honestly, if they come out to the school, Anita, first director of first impressions will lead them into a direction that they need to be. But if someone's really wanting to better themselves, if really and there's an interest out there, we will make a class. We will try to make it work. We are always constantly trying to do things because when we're in Northwest Oklahoma, we have to take care of ourselves. There's not a whole lot of options. I'm not a huge fan of e-learning. Thank goodness I am old and not having to embrace that as much. So we really, that in-person test, teaching, and the skills, the hands-on is really what is making things that we do. It's what we are built upon even as adults. So that's what we kind of teach. So they can come out there, Anita can direct them into my direction, but we don't do the pamphlets out anymore. We don't send those out because it's constantly changing. It's costing us too much. So here we are embracing the times, and we are all on the website. We throw those out there, and I know it's been a change for some people, but that's the way we kind of have to get the word out there.
One thing that I've always long admired about High Plains Technology Center is the proactive, and you touched on it, nature of what you do. At one point, oil and gas, not that it's not anymore, and still is and always will be, but wind training was something that was kind of added or installed there at the tech center, and now you've got classes constantly, and every single one of those guys and gals are employed afterwards.
Yes, we graduated 16 on December. Every one of them was offered a job. I don't know if everyone took a job, but everyone was offered a job. So 100%. In the past 4 classes, I think we've been at a 98% placement rate. And we're talking about things that people are offered a job before they graduate. That's the biggest key. Not only are you're going in, you're graduating, and then all of a sudden, 2 days later, you could be starting your position, making a very nice salary with the moving bonus. Yes,
absolutely. I read a story here a couple weeks ago. I think the Career Tech Executive Director, Brett Haken, was appearing before the legislature, and doing budgets and things. And part of the story, the Career Tech system, and this is as a whole, turned out 25,000 certificates last year. Haken said had a total enrollment increase over 6%, reaching like 520,000, nearly 521,000. And you touched on the placement rate. Statewide, I guess it's 94%. That's phenomenal that you have those. And obviously, we're fond of High Plains, but there are other career tech systems across Oklahoma that's kind of, I always like to say, is the model for the country. And you're the model. High Plains is the model for Oklahoma.
Well, we really enjoy being part of the system because, like I said, if there's some classes out there that I don't know anything about, which is a plenty, just don't mind you, if there's some classes I don't know about, guess what? I have colleagues all across the state of Oklahoma that I can actually reach out to, and the odds are if you throw something against the wall, they will know about it. I'm actually meeting with our biz directors later today with the regional people. Western Oklahoma, Northwest Oklahoma, you can't beat that, and that's what we actually meet in our division in our region, and it's probably one of the best things that I enjoy. Instead of Tulsa Tech, they do their own thing. They have a lot of money you can throw at and everything like that. Now I'm on record saying that. But, you know, Northwest Oklahoma and Western, it's a little bit different scenario.
You know, and you're so proactive in terms of, and I know you're looking, quite honestly, at new programs that we haven't talked about yet. Maybe can't talk about them, but there's other programs out there that probably, if we were doing this show a year from now, would be a part of High Plains Technology Center.
There you go. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. I was told not to, but there are a lot of
follow
things.
Instructions?
Yeah, I do. Well, if you've ever seen Mr. Holt mad, you know that wrinkle on the back of his head, those bumps get a little bit red.
But the hair stands up too.
Yeah, the hair does stand up. You know, he's doing a pig show. Actually, is what he's doing, and you know, it's funny that his hair resembles a pig's hair. But anyway. Yeah, so there's so many things, and we can't wait to talk about it because you know we are constantly trying to evolve, trying to change, you know, and we're very grateful to have Barkley leading the way as well as our board under their direction as well.
That's another thing. I think it's National School Board Recognition
School Board
Month.
Recognition Month. They get a whole month. You know, bosses get a day, the board gets a month, and they deserve a month.
But, you know, I would guess, as it is with many school districts, at Common Ed as well, it's really no stronger than the board and the forward thinking and the there's this publication. It's in the Woodward News, and I don't know whether it's done every month or not, but it's strictly dedicated to High Plains Technology Center, and then there's a picture and a listing of all your board members. Gary Stockey, Gary's been on the board forever. It seems
1991.
Carol Bradley, a longtime member.
1994.
Lonnie Baggs, Jared Drew are members, and relatively new, I guess, Eric Simmons.
Eric Simmons, yeah. Our newest one is Jared Drew in 2020.
Okay.
He's out of the Buffalo area, so he works for ODOT. You know, and I've talked to all our board. You talk about we are very blessed with our board because they put in their time, and I don't think the public really fully understands that. They're the ones that get the first call. They're the ones that, you know, people like to complain to at times, but it's a volunteer basis. Guess what they get paid? Zero.
Right.
I mean, and you know, what's the most valuable thing when it comes out there, and it's time. And they dedicate a lot of time, energy, and effort into making High Plains what it is and making sure their districts are taken care of, because that's the beauty of it as well. Now that we've increased into Beaver County, Jared's over there in Buffalo, so he has grown that exponentially as well. But we really rely on them, and you talk about their expertise in their fields: entrepreneurs, oil and gas, safety, banking, education. It's pretty awesome.
You know, you mentioned Beaver County, and that's one of the new things, if you will, additions, proactive that High Plains Technology Center, in terms of adding, if you will, they approved in Beaver County. And I didn't realize this story is talking about that actually the first time made history is the first full county to join a career tech system.
Yeah.
I maybe knew that, but I don't recall that here a year or so ago, I guess January of 24.
Well, if you have 40 minutes, Barkley can talk about it. But no, it's something that even Director Haken is very proud of. We are across the board proud of, because you know we don't want any white territory, white space out in this whole state of Oklahoma. And being able to go out into Beaver County, and they're actually touring. The juniors and seniors are right now in Beaver County, trying to look at what we have to offer. If they even want to come to our place after they graduate high school, and we're building out in Beaver County. We're up to six employees, full-time
employees, right?
Yeah, 6 full-time employees right now. It will be 7, possibly 8 full-time employees before we, in a year from now, we'll be out there with that many people.
That serves obviously all those school districts, and whether 3 or 4 of them,
4,
I guess. Yep.
Yes, yeah. Neat places too. And you know, my eyes have been opened up as well. Once again, we think that our area is the salt of the earth, but you even go out there, they're just like us, amazing people in Beaver County, and we're blessed to be there, and just thankful for it.
You know, High Plains several years ago kind of inaugurally, or a legacy service awards recognition ceremony, and I think part of the recognition this year was the spotlight was on Beaver County. This is the 4th one, is that right?
4th one, yes. You know, that's when, I hope that I don't ever get that award, because that's when I know I'm really old. But the Beaver County people, the Beaver County folks, their county commissioners, Ken Paskowski, really heavily involved, and they really hit the ground running. And I will say there were a lot of naysayers in career tech thinking that we couldn't get it accomplished, and lo and behold, it did get accomplished.
There's a picture in this article that I was referring to. There's Representative Paskowski,
Yep.
Kenton, there from the Balco area or the Panhandle, if you will. And let's see. Oh, it was Service Awards time, same event, right? You had
Same event.
Long-time Service Awards. Let's see. Jathan Medina, right? 5 years.
Yep.
Jenny, now what's he do?
He actually works for me, so
Okay.
he is the go-getter, and he's actually in Texas teaching right now, so yeah.
Jenny Hamilton, Pam Klein, Stephen Rogers for 10 years. Goodness. Carol Bradley, also we touched on her, 30 years on the Board of Education. So a cool event that you do that can, not only exposes, but recognizes people that go above and beyond with career tech.
Well, we used to do it separately as our staff only, our board
Okay.
only. We wanted to kind of recognize even those service awards with that, and start this legacy, especially if we go forward with our foundation, kind of tying all three of those things in together. And it really has worked. We're only as good as our people. I do know that, and all those service awards.
That's basically anywhere, but you have some great people, and I would ask you how many employees out there, but I don't want to put you on the spot.
We're almost up to 70, not quite,
Wow.
but we will probably be hitting 70 before you know it.
Goodness.
So.
Let's see. Oh, the leadership class was part of in this publication. They all have their jacket. There's probably close to 20 of them or so. How are those kids? Are they selected?
They are
Do you apply
selected,
for
so
that?
they actually apply. Once again, you're getting in front of people and you're actually interviewing in front of a panel, which I think is the best thing possible. We teach that all the way down at TAP, all the way up, and they have to apply and do that. And enrollment now is open for juniors and seniors, as well as upcoming adults. And I want to actually say, if you're a upcoming senior, adult, and you want to get into a program, now's the time to start doing that, because our programs are filling up as we go forward, and our LPN applications are open as well.
And that's obviously a big part, always has been, at least as long as I've been around, the health science or health services.
Yes, health services. So
portion of that there at the Tech Center. I'm always impressed, like the leadership class and some of the FCCLA and all those organizations that you encourage and kids to become involved in. You will have those kids out greeting the people when they come. And
yes.
I know the one closest to mind is here in a couple of weeks. I think it's Valentine's Day, February the 14th, the first installment of the Chamber's Eggs and Issues, where our representatives from federal folks, their field representatives, attend as well to kind of give us an update on what's happening in Washington, what's happening at the state capitol. But anyway, those kids always look sharp and got their jackets on.
Those red blazers.
Yeah, and
or blue blazers.
And greet people as they come in.
Yes.
And that's, I don't know that everybody gets that like you all do.
Well, and even when you talk about our organizations, FFA is still a part of Career Tech as well. We throw that in there. But when you talk about these organizations, having to be personable, having to have that discussion, that face-to-face communication is lacking at times, and these students are getting it and understanding it, and it's the best thing possible, in my opinion.
So we've kind of bounced around, at least I have, kind of on different.
Well, yeah, I can flow with it, no worries at all.
What else? What are some of the things top of mind
It's
that we need to know?
competition time coming
Okay.
up, so all our organizations that you talked about will be coming up. I know our service careers, auto, carpentry, and welding and fabrication. You throw that fabrication piece into welding. It's the hot button topic with things as well. But even we're hosting our carpentry next week, I believe, or 2 weeks maybe. So it's that time of year, and even the speech times are coming up in our different organizations and our leadership positions, because I know that we have someone that's running for national president in the collegiate Tucker West as well side of things, which is a big deal. I mean, my daughter went through state officer thing, and you think it's the only way FFA goes, but there's other organizations that do the same thing.
You mentioned construction trades. Of course, that's Peg Carlson,
Yep.
and that is always special as part of the chamber and the district livestock show. That his students, and they actually do it out at the Woodward County Event Center.
They do, yeah.
We call them benches, and it's what they are.
Yes.
So CJ can identify them. That didn't sound very intelligent. We call them benches. But they're actually made out there, and there's, I don't know, one for every species that is actually given to the grand lamb, grand goat, steer, so on and so forth, and they always make an extra one that we auction. The livestock committee does prior to the premium auction, with the money going to scholarships, and those are impressive. And those kids, a dozen of them or so, are out there on one day actually making them there in front of everybody. Cool deal.
It is a cool deal, and they use our trailer with that, and they kind of use a makeshift design out of there and go with it. Pake puts everything together, and he's not doing it; it's those students doing it, and that's what makes it even better, in my opinion.
Yep. What else have I missed?
Not anything else. Just I'm just kind of going with the flow. Everything's going. Even when the weather's out and school's out, doesn't mean that we're not there. And our WIN class and LPN class last week, when school was out, we're still there. Just guess what? They have to treat that as a job. And they wouldn't be off, just like the radio wouldn't be going on irregardless as well. Regardless as well. I know that irregardless isn't a word that some people say, but it is as well. So there we go.
Oh, and another that's relatively new, another program, I guess, and it's a game changer for many, is the CDL program, the commercial driver's license.
And it's
training.
Full. Next week, you're going to see those trucks. I know how some people really love seeing those trucks around town. You're going to see those trucks around town in a couple of weeks. The class will start, and it's full. We are very blessed with bringing that in Central Tech. And once I talked about our being able to work with other tech centers, it's Central Tech. It is their class. It is there. We are just hosting it. We're going through the enrollment process. Tammy Kellen is doing her thing and doing a fabulous job with that. And we are full every time, and I know that we're going to be full in our class in May as well. It's just, you talk about a skill after 5 weeks, actually walking out with that driver's license, CDL, commercial driver's license. You're walking out with that, and you're able to go make $60,000-$70,000. Pretty good deal.
That's a game changer in terms of the ability or earning power, if you will, with that CDL in your pocket.
I agree.
So, Taylor, thanks a ton.
Well, thank you. I always enjoy coming out here.
It's fun. I always enjoy this. And we do it, the last Thursday, I guess, of every month?
Yes.
Providing it's not a holiday or whatever. But always look forward to whether it's you or Mr. Holt or Mr. Gaines.
Yeah.
Do we have to call him Mr. Gaines?
No, because he's a Texan, so it doesn't matter. He's the other orange.
Not America's brightest orange.
There you go.
So, all right. Well, hey, that's Taylor Burnett, the Assistant Superintendent, Business Industry Services, as part of Tech Bites with Barkley. What's on the menu, Mr. Holt? So we don't need him.
No, it's better without him.